Trance Medium Healing is a very, very advanced healing technique. So at BPI, which is the Boulder Psychic Institute, the psychic school that I've been training at, you're only allowed to participate in Trance Medium Healing training once you've completed 2 years of in-body healing training. So this healing is incredibly potent, and it takes a while for people to even learn how to do it. That's because this type of healing is out of body healing. So what I do is I run an energy called white through all 7 of my chakras. And what this does is it kicks me up and out of my body because it's such a high frequency. So once I am up and out of my body, I'm about 3 feet above my head, and from here, I can heal you on a soul-to-soul level. So healing on a soul-to-soul level is incredibly potent and efficient because the soul isn't bound by the body. So the spirit body, if you will, when it is in the body and I'm trying to clear, any sort of trauma that might be stuck in the energy spirit body, what the body can do is it kind of, relives it for a second. And it's like, no. Like it starts to clench, and maybe it won't necessarily release the pain as easily because for some reason the body thinks I need to always keep this pain to stay safe. And so healing on a soul-to-soul level, spirit just kind of says, okay, and things just come out. So separating that spirit and body, not only is it faster, more efficient, and it's more potent on a level because it's not bound by this plane. It's not bound by all the memories, all the stories, all the drama. Spirit just is. So it's just, I see the vibration that the trauma is, I take out the vibration, you get a healing. It's not the drama of it all, I guess, when it's happening. And this also allows me to go super, super fast. So because of this, because there's no time or space for spirit, when I'm up and out of my body, I can heal an infinite amount of people at once. So in our second year at BPI learning the in-body curriculum, there is this curriculum that we have to take in like May and June. It's called all about like the astral body. And in that curriculum, we learn how to create and destroy things on the astral with ease. So we learn literally to see a replica of 1,000 of us, like 1,000 spirit bodies of us, see them, create them, and destroy them at once. Because the astral plane, there's no time or space. And so, one of the major things that our teacher wants to teach us and basically have us take on into the next life is awareness on that astral spiritual plane. So when I'm healing a bunch of people out, I can heal and I can see and comprehend very fast a bunch of people at once, see whatever they need, and give them a healing on it. The way that I'll do this though is I'll go up and I will see everybody who has agreed to be a healee for that month or even that week. And I will read the collective energy of that group of people, and I'll go through I'll see like a gingerbread person representing the entire group, and each chakra 1 through 7 will light up, and I'll read the energy and heal the energy that like the collective really wants to focus on in each of the chakras. So I will go through and heal and clear and validate and release and fill in and do all that stuff to this gingerbread kind of body, right? And what I'll do is I will show the room the healing basically, and the souls, you may or may not be conscious of this, you probably won't be, you'll probably just receive the healing, or you might dream about it. That's really cool. A lot of my clients actually dream about me before they work with me. You may, from there, the soul will accept what it wants from that healing. So I'm saying that because there's a lot of with this group, I see there being a huge range of people in their spiritual development. So, you know, there might be people over here who are just kind of dipping their toes in and just beginning, and, you know, a really excessive healing might like take them out, and then they can't go to work, and that's just like not good, you know. I don't want to overwhelm people. And then over here, there's the people who, you know, have taken ayahuasca 16,000 times, look at their like demons every single day, and they're just in it. They're deep down the rabbit hole. And I don't want to give a watered down healing to these people, right? So I will heal on my Courtney level, which is somebody who's been going to BPI for 3.5 years and trains 4 days a week. So an intense healing, pretty intense healing. And I will show that to the group. And on a soul level, the souls will be like, okay, I think this is what my body can handle right now. I think this is what my body can handle. And it will see and match what it wants to. And I'm not trying to rank people. The healing is going to be amazing for everyone. It's just more of like, how much of that can you have right now? If you're somebody who works in corporate and you don't have time to go cry in the bathroom for like 2 hours, you got to be working, you know, like it's just how much can you have right now so that this way you can move forward and kind of just go about your life in a way that's not too overwhelming for you at this point. So that's how I'm going to be healing people, and why out-of-body healing is very important and efficient. So after I'm done healing, what I will try to do by either that night or that next day is either do a write-up post or a video, whatever is easier for me or whatever I feel like doing, in the Patreon of every single thing that I cleared and what came in, the theme for the group. It's gonna be pretty in depth so that everyone kind of has like an understanding of like what the heck happened, and also potential growth periods. What a growth period is kind of like a detoxing period as the soul raises in vibration, as the body raises in vibration, excuse me. So the soul like already did all this healing, right? And it takes a little bit of time for it to come down into the body. Like 2 or 3 days, usually they kind of kick in. It's like around the average, you know? Then you start to kind of experience the themes of what I cleared. Sometimes this can be super easy. Sometimes it's just like, oh, that just like released. That's really nice. Or, you know, you just have a nice little cry, or like something goes, or, you know, you can just feel really high almost after a healing. Then there's the other times where you don't always feel as good. And that's something that I really, really, really want to make clear with healing. I am not promising that after a healing, you will feel better. I'm not promising a happily ever after in your life, that you and your ex are going to get back together, that you're going to get married tomorrow. All of a sudden, all your pain's going to go away in just a blink of an eye. That's just not life. If anybody's promising you that, they're fucking lying. Sometimes your body finally gets the permission to feel the emotions that it didn't have permission to feel when it was a child, even right now, because maybe it finally feels safe to you. You're finally in a space where you can process them, and you can actually do something about them. Instead of when you're a child and you're helpless and you have to shove everything away because like you have to stay safe. So I just really want to make that clear, like what this healing work is it's healing. Sometimes you're going to feel fucking incredible, on top of the world, ready to manifest your dreams. Like all of a sudden you finally feel motivated to like leave that relationship or like go on a date or do whatever it is that you want, and that person just falls right into place. Like I've had clients where that happens. It's freaking amazing. I love it. It's magic. I have also had moments where I am rolling on the ground crying for 3 hours, or I'm just in an existential dread moment, or I'm just like I am deep in it. I am deep in something and nobody fucking gets it around me, and that's just what's happening. Or I even experience sort of the wounding again. So let's say I released invalidation around feeling like you're good enough. And sometimes clients can manifest, or I even manifest a moment where it's kind of like that wound gets triggered. So like not feeling good enough, or something happens and you start to cry. And what happens though is that it's because you're releasing it. So on a level, you're releasing that pain so that you don't keep attracting that pain into your life. It's freaking awesome. That's the best part about healing. It's not always cute, but on a level, it does work. Am I promising that you'll never experience any sort of pain or never feeling any sort of doubt about yourself ever again? No. But maybe to the extent where it was crippling you, keeping you from actually going after your dreams, or even like making one step forward, yeah, maybe in your due time. Maybe. I don't want to get sued. So after this all, you're probably like, Courtney, why go through the healing at all? Why would I want to make my life harder than maybe it already is? I'll tell you why for me. And I'm not promising this for you, because spiritual work is so unique and varies for a lot of different people. But the one thing that I am really doing, that I'm sure will at least happen for most of you, is I'm clearing a lot of false beliefs. So energy work is really, really cool. So if you have the idea, if you were programmed as a child to believe that the only way that you can make it as a race car driver is if you go to a NASCAR college. I'm pulling this out of my butt. If you go to this NASCAR college and you come from this family, and you can only do this because if you're wealthy. And so if you're a little kid and you're like, that's your dream of being a NASCAR driver, and your parents are poor and all this stuff, and that energy gets put into you and it sticks, that can become your truth. That can become the truth. So your reality, you can start to live it. So pulling that out, basically what it does is it gives you permission to have your truth of like, I can be a race car driver no matter how much money I make, or whatever college I go to, or I can just join in whatever. And you put your truth in your space. And what that does is it literally changes your reality. As somebody who has gone through more trauma than I think there's one person that I know that's honestly gone through as much trauma as me. And not saying that to like, I'm the best, but just to give you perspective of like how much shit I've gone through. I did not find traditional therapy worked for me. I was like, great, we're talking about the issue, we're talking and we're talking and we're talking. What do I do now with this awareness? Healing just takes it out. It just takes it out. Like, okay, your dad said that you're a terrible person, that you're not worthy of love when you were, 7 years old. And we would just talk about that. I'm like, okay, what do we do about it? I still feel the thing, and I still feel unworthy. I'm like, great. So, I see the vibration of when Dad said this to me when Dad did not say this to me when I was, just so you know. It's like a blue color. I see the color, I take the color out, I put my color in. It's done. I'm a woman of efficiency, and I've been through a lot of trauma, so I don't have like 10 years to talk about like one thing and work things out. Like, I got a lot of shit to cover in a very short amount of time. And I'm not necessarily promising you that all your stuff will be covered, but this is why it works for me. This is when I've actually noticed I have witnessed immediate change. I have manifested things out of thin air. I have completely changed relationships, mindsets, and completely created different realities for myself by doing energy work. It's been the only thing that works for me. And you can take that as you will. Is it always pretty? No. It's pretty tough sometimes. Like releasing the energy, you still go through kind of a growth period about it, which I've talked about before. But knowing that there is a reason that I'm feeling these things right now, and that it is leaving, and it's like there's a purpose. That might be my Aquarius moon talking, but like it makes me feel better. Like, okay, like I'm feeling this right now, but I'm not stuck in this forever, and it's not an eternal pain that I'll always feel. Yeah, like traumas that I thought I could never be normal from, I've been able to move forward from. And yeah, so it's not just about trauma either. About manifesting and what are some blocks of manifesting. So all this stuff works, for me at least. So if you would like to join our amazing group, please check the link below. I'll have the Patreon listed, and like I said, it's $30 a month for this much healing and this much support and an entire community and me commenting on things. Like, this is an amazing deal. I would hop on this. I charge $111 per hour. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I hope to see you guys soon, and I'll see you on the astral.